Hello everybody, my name's Kaiza and welcome back to a new episode of Pokemon Violet. In this episode, we're going to be going through more of the school classes like we did in the last episode. But first, I do want to touch on something that has been, a problem for a lot of people who have, not even a lot of people. First off, if you haven't gone and watched Austin John's new video about, the bug that's currently going around, I highly suggest to do so. First off, he's just a great content creator. I highly suggest him for any Pokemon or really any big name Nintendo title needs or questions that you have. He does very informative videos. But his latest video talks about a bug that goes around that deletes all your save data for your Pokemon game. He does not tell you exactly what is going on because, frankly, no one knows. But one thing he does say is not to download the downloadable content, the new downloadable content, which is fine because it's not coming out to fall anyway, so even if you download it, you're not going to get anything. You might as well just go ahead, play it safe, and this is something that is speculated to be causing the deleting save data issue. So just go ahead, don't download it, don't buy it right now, just wait until it fully comes out or until this bug goes away. It's only really affecting about 100 people in the US or so, but it's still something that we want to try to avoid as much as possible. I'm sure you guys, just like myself, have put in hundreds of hours that we do not want to lose. We have Pokemon like Yankee over here and Buddy that we just don't want to lose, and it's just not a risk that we should be taking. The other thing that he said is probably don't use the postcards that you send between Pokemon Go and this game to get the Virillion. It's not worth it. The little butterflies are just not worth it right now. If you want to keep your game as safe as possible, just don't do any of the new stuff, essentially, right now. This stuff is breaking games, and I mean, I know it's a slim to none chance, but it's still something that I don't want to have happen, especially since we have a great Let's Play I'm in the chat bubble. Especially since we have a Let's Play going on right now. I don't want to lose my personal data either. I have a bunch of shiny Pokemon I don't want to lose. Basically, play it safe until we know for sure what is going on. Because why would you take that shot? Anyway, so in today's episode, we are going to go ahead and go back to class, because, you know, that's what we all want to do. Go back to school. And even better, we're going to start with math! Everyone's favorite subject! You like to take math with Miss Time? Yes, please. Let's go right on ahead and get into the math. If math was like this in school, though, I would be so much more inclined to take math classes. I would be so much more excited. To be fair, I was taking really good math classes to begin with back in high school when I was in school, so I can't really complain, but still. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. My name's Time, and I will be your math teacher. Sorry to put you all on the spot at the start of the class, but let me ask you a quick question. Do you enjoy numbers, arithmetic, and the like? No, I don't enjoy arithmetic. I can barely say it. Let's not do it. No, yes, yeah, I believe I agree with the girl on the right there. Oh my, thank you for your honest responses. Some of you may like numbers and some may not. I think that makes a wonderful mix. But no matter your opinion on math, I hope you find yourselves enjoying our lessons together. I'll do my best to find a good way to match up your interests with all types of math lessons. Speaking of which, are you all caught up on your studies of Pokemon type matchups? For example, grass is strong against water and water is strong against fire, correct? Kaiza, you seem to be good with Pokemon, so let me ask you this. Bearing in mind that water is strong against fire, if the move Water Gun hits a Fire-type Pokemon, what becomes the move's damage? It is doubled. That's right, I knew I can count on you for this question, Kaiza. Using moves of a type that your opponent is weak to is a super effective tactic. It multiplies the damage of those moves by 2. On the other hand, using moves of a type that your opponent is resistant to isn't very effective. It divides the damage of your movesets by 2. But don't mean to encroach on Miss Dendra's battle study theories, of course, but I thought it's best to use a lively topic as an example. That can make math fun, even for those of you who don't like the subject as much, don't you think? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. I hope you're looking forward to it too. So, these math classes are a lot more about competitive Pokemon, and hello Gengar, and the things that we need to know in order to be good at battling, essentially. Which, if math classes were like this in real life, I would have been so much more inclined to pay attention. I was in strong math classes, and actually I was in a class that was extremely good for like actual personal use. Like they taught you about mortgages and stuff, which is something that they should be teaching everyone anyway, but they just don't. Hello everyone, let's have fun in class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy shopping? Buying tasty bread or choosing new clothes, even just a window shopping is so much fun. In today's class, I'd like to use shopping, one of my favorite hobbies, mind you, to teach you all about math. I'm sure everyone here has visited a Pokémon at least once. They sell all sorts of Pokemon items. Pokeballs are one of the many useful items you can find there. They cost 200 each. Now then, I'd like you to all do some thinking with me here. One Pokeball is 200. If you had 2,000 and bought as many Pokeballs as you could afford, how many would you receive? Well, you'd be buying 10, but you get a Premier Ball for free. So you technically are buying 11 Pokeballs. I mean, with the logic, we would be getting 11. That's correct. Well done, Kaiza. With 2,000, you can afford to purchase a maximum of 10 Pokeballs. However, if you purchase 10 or more of any type of Pokeball, you'll also receive one Premier Ball, a special white ball, as a bonus. So the correct answer is, in fact, 11. It sure is nice to get a little bonus like that on a shopping trip, isn't it? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all we have time for. What a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. I hope you're looking forward to it too. See, they throw in those stupid little logic questions, and it's just like, technically. But I took, like, math in class that was all about, like, mortgages and stuff. Something that I think they should be teaching you rather than finding the area of a circle. I can honestly tell you I have not tried to find the area of a circle since I've left high school. So, I mean, what's the point of knowing how to do that? I will have to know how to buy a mortgage. Hello everyone, let's have fun in class today. Tell me, do you enjoy fortune telling, horoscopes, and the like? No, not at all. I think it feels great to read a horoscope and see what it says. See that it says good luck is coming your way. So today I'd like to teach you all about the math while focusing on the topic of luck. Perhaps you have seen the following phrase crop up during Pokemon battles before. A critical hit. When a Pokemon's attack lands as a critical hit, the damage it deals by itself is itself by half. In other words, it does 1.5 times as much damage as it normally would. It is truly luck that determines whether your Pokemon lands a critical hit or has one landed on it. This can cause a great upset in battle. Does anyone know what % chance a Pokemon has of landing a critical hit? I believe it's 1 in 100. Oh my, critical hits land a little more often than that, guys. Okay, sorry. The chance of landing a critical hit is said to be 1 in 24, which figures roughly to 4.17%. The odds are more favorable for certain moves, though. Why, such as Stone Edge and Shadow Claw have about a 12% chance. You can also use a move called Focus Energy, or an item known as a Dire Hit. Both raise the critical hit ratio by 2 stages. It's a 50% chance to land a critical hit. It feels great to land a critical hit, but perhaps not so great to be struck by one. There's a surprising amount of mathematics probability hidden in Pokemon battles, you know. If you're able to do the calculations that'll swing luck in your favor, it may open the door for more strategic choices for you during the battle. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Next class will be our fun midterm exam. I hope you'll all be looking forward to it. Midterms. Yay. Love them. Can't wait. Huzzah. I would like to go ahead and take this amazing fun math midterm. Yes! Oh, the hype! Oh, don't hold me back now. Let's go! Math midterm! Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, lordy. Alright everyone, it's time to begin our math midterm. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How much damage does Water Gun do when it hits a fire type move? It does double. How much damage does Razor Leaf do when it hits a fire type Pokemon? It does half. If you spend 2,000 on as many $200 Pokeballs as possible, how many would you get? You get 11. What % chance does a Pokemon usually have to land a critical hit? About 4. How much damage does a move deal when it lands a crit? It does 1.5 times as much. Alright everyone, time is up. Put your hands on your laps now. You're all concentrating so hard, I can't wait to see how you did. Do go and ask for your scores at the front desk and then take a nice break. We don't get a break. We're just gonna keep going. Because we need to do all the classes. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at your test results. You must get 3 questions correct to pass and 4 to pass the final. See how you did on the math test. We got 5. Yeah, thank you. And then you can go ahead and give me my small candies. Yep. Keep doing your best. We will. Thank you. Yes, I would like to go ahead and do math with Miss Time. Okay. Hello everyone, well done on the midterm exam. Some of you earned perfect scores and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you all tried your best. I am quite pleased to say that at least that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that means you all have come to love some numbers. Stay sharp, try your best for the rest of the classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how the word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. A Pokemon's stats can raise and fall throughout the course of a battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Work Up, its attack and special attack stats will rise by 1 stage each. And as you may know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special attack raises 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. If that same Pokemon from our previous example were to use Work Up again, both its attack and special attack will have risen by 2 stages total. This results in a 100% increase in damage dealt, making its moves twice as strong. Swords Dance, on the other hand, boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage just after a single use. Using Swords Dance twice would boost the Pokemon's attack stat by 4 stages. How much more damage then would this Pokemon deal? Quadruple? Ah yes, this question is a tricky one, isn't it? Just because it boosts the Pokemon's stat by 4 stages doesn't mean it's quadrupled. Each stage that a Pokemon's attack or special attack stat is raised increases its damage by 50%. So being raised 4 stages would result in a 4 times 50% or 200% increase. The base damage of a move is 100%, so adding 200% to that gives us 300. In other words, the next move the Pokemon uses would deal triple the damage. Type matchups, critical hit damage, and other factors will play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, that means it's gone up by 1 stage. If it rose sharply, that's 2 stages. And if it rose drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and X experience or special attack items, which can be used only once in battle, can be used to sharply boost those respective stats. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all that we have time for today. What a shame. Today's lesson was a little difficult. Be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again in next class. So, it's 300 instead of quadrupled. I don't know. Good morning, hello, we're on... Oh, Lord. We're on math. Yes, I would like to do math again. There's so many classes. I think we're gonna try to do 2 full classes in a video. Although it's gonna result... it's gonna result in about a 35 to 40 minute class, or video. That's not bad. Hello everyone, let's have fun in class today. Did you make sure to review last class's materials in order to stay sharp? I know it was a little difficult with all that talk of multiplication and percentages and the like. But today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. That may sound like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all of you already deal with probability on a regular basis? Probably. Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that they will hit. The accuracy of tackle is 100, or 100%, so if you use tackle 100 times, you could expect it to hit all 100 times. The move Hypnosis, which puts opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60, or 60%. That means you can expect it to hit 60 out of 100 uses. To put that another way, out of 100 uses, you can expect it to miss 40 times. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracy. So when you're deciding whether to go slow and steady with moves that are sure to hit, or hard and fast with stronger moves that are less accurate, you're already studying probability. Let's see here, perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples for this discussion. Surf has a power of 90, but its accuracy was 100, meaning you can expect it to hit every single time. Hydro Pump's accuracy is only 80, but when it hits, its power is 110. So between Surf and Hydro Pump, which move would you want to use by yourselves? It depends on the situation. Oh my, I see you're always considering various possibilities, Kaiza. I may have made it sound like there was a correct answer here, but there's not. You're free to use any moves you wish. Factors like PP or number of targets hit may make some moves more suited for certain situations. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. This Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the rock-type moves Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Let me tell you, I can get really worked up talking about those moves, but... Oh my, there's the bell, what a shame. Next class will be the last of our time together, so show up 100% ready to go. Maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. You can't tell me what to do. So we have one more class and then the final. Oh, man. One more math class. Yes. I know, Psyduck. It's exciting, isn't it? Psyduck is always so excited. He's such a hype man. There's no wonder that he stands behind the counter, hyping up students as they're going into their final exams. Hello, everyone. I hope we can have some fun together once again for our last class. Last time we learned about probability, using more accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class of 40 students, there is a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? This is true even despite the fact that there are only 300 days each year. There are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type, matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All of these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses a Rock-type move, Stone Edge, that move's base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Rock and Ground may seem like similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses a Stone move, or uses Stone Edge, the move's power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this little numerical increase. So it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it and it hits the opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to that move's power? Well... You did all that calculation in your head? Well done, Kaiza. First, using a move that shares a type by its user multiplies the move's base power of 100 by 1.5, making the power 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to the move's type then doubles that power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terrestrializes and then its Terra type matches one of the original types, then the bonus it gets for using a move of the same type increases from 1.5 to 2. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what really will make you shine the most. Bear in mind, this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if you could take those words to heart. But I suppose I really should have shared this basic advice right from our first lesson. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in a blink of an eye. It was so much fun to be able to teach all you eager students about numbers. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review the material well in preparation. Okay, so we just have the final exam in the math class. And then my brain can be put to rest. Dear Lord. I am an English major in real life for college. Like, I have an English degree for creative writing. And I always took advanced math classes, honor math classes, everything like that, advanced statistics, everything like that. But dear Lord! I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How many great balls could you purchase with 3,000 if each one cost 600? Well, you can buy 1, 12, 18, 24. You can buy 5. If a water type move with a power of 100 lands a critical hit on a grass type Pokemon, what will the move's power be? So water to grass. Grass is not weak to water. Grass is immune to water. Not immune, but... So it halves it, so it'd be 50. But it's a crit, so it'd just be landing on 100? No, it'd be landing 75. Multiplied by 1.5. So it'd be 75, because it halves it and then multiplies it by 1.5, so 75. Under normal conditions, what % chance does Stone Edge have to land a critical hit? About 4. Wait, it was 12. Does Stone Edge have a boost? If a Pokemon uses Swords Dance twice to boost its attack by 4 stages, how much damage will its physical moves then do? Triple. If a Rock-type Pokemon who Terra-types into a Rock terastallizes, what will the power of the Rock-type moves be multiplied by? 2. I don't feel like I got that one. This test was the culmination of all I taught you, and I'm sure you all did just fine. Do go and ask for your scores back at the front desk. I don't feel like I got that one right, the Stone Edge one. I feel like Stone Edge has a heightened chance to land crits. Is that true? Does it? Yeah, I got the Stone Edge one wrong, probably. I literally told you. It's fine. We passed. Math's not my strongest suit. I'm good at math, but I'm not that good. Let's go ahead and get into history. Oh god, history. If you want to talk about a class that I am worse at than math, I am so bad at history. Which makes my dad really sad, because my dad was a history major in college. I greatly dislike history. Oh, I see we have new students here with us today. I love your necklace. I want your necklace. My name is Rayfort. I will be the one to impart knowledge of the past to your little minds. History is a wonderful thing, truly splendid. The lives of our ancestors throughout history forged the path to the present in which we all live. Today you shall learn about the most mysterious location of all Paldea, the Great Crater. As you are all well aware, a massive crater known as the Great Crater of Paldea exists in the heart of our region. The area inside this crater is called Area 0, and research of its geological strata and material composition has shown that the crater is in fact over 1 million years old. It was long believed that a certain something rests at the bottom of this mysterious crater. Ha! Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Kaiza. Answer me this. What exactly was believed to rest in the depths of the Great Crater inside of Area 0? Treasure. A Pokemon Center. Heh! That is correct. You are a surprisingly clever one, aren't you? I see you did your homework prior to coming to my class. That's right. Some believe that a treasure more valuable than anything else in the world rested in the depths of the Great Crater. So much for dreams of treasure hunting, though, as a lab has been built in those very same depths. Oh, and before I forget, you would all do well to remember that the Great Crater and Area 0 are both off-limits to all but those who have official business there. Do not dare entertain the foolish notion of gallivanting off to Area 0 in search of riches. It is no place for children dreaming of treasure and adventure. Besides, if it were all possible to investigate that area, I would surely be the first to do so. Oh, is it that time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history enigmas together next time. I'm not sure why I don't like history. Like, it's just so boring to me, and I don't know why. Because I have so many friends and people that I know that are like history majors and absolutely love history. It's just not something that I can wrap my brain around. I don't like true stories as much. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes me so ugh. History's just so boring to me. Greetings, my little students. Wherever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history will present to us. About 2,000 years ago, this region came under the rule of the Paldean Empire. Historical accounts describe the Paldean Emperor as being quite the dictator. This emperor also zealously believed that the legend of the treasure that rests deep within Area Zero. I must mention that the civilizations of our ancestors are not as developed as ours are today. People back then were far more likely to believe in mysterious legends, magic, and beings beyond human comprehension. In an attempt to gain the power to stand against Paldea's neighboring countries, the Emperor sent people in droves to join the hunt for the fabled treasure of Area Zero. Perfect time to make eye contact, young Kaisa. Answer me this. Approximately how many years ago was it that the Paldean Empire began to rule this region? 2000. You are a surprisingly clever one, aren't you? I see you're listening intimately to our lecture. Intimately? I think that's what it said. The answer is about 2,000 years ago. That is when the great era of exploration began. However, it is said that not a single adventurer sent out by the Emperor ever reached the depths of Area Zero. Was it the punishing journey itself that barred their way, or perhaps some unknown creature? The resounding failure of this great era of exploration almost certainly heightened the air of mystery surrounding the crater. Oh, what I wouldn't give to explore Area Zero in its untouched state at that time. I suppose I can only hope for the swift innovation of a time machine. Is that time already? I must have gotten swept up filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. Area Zero is a very interesting concept for this game. We haven't gotten a chance to explore it yet, but it's just like this giant hole in the middle of the region that we just cannot go and touch. I look forward to actually going in there because I do really enjoy the storyline that's in there, and oh my god, the storyline of the chef's kiss, the storyline of this game, so good. I absolutely love the storyline of this game. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. As you should remember from our last class, Area Zero's great era of exploration began about 2,000 years ago. This era lasted for approximately 1,000 years, but not a single soul was able to venture all the way to the depths, the deepest reaches of Area Zero. Having poured much of its human and financial resources into the exploration of Area Zero for so long, the Paldean Empire fell into decline. 200 years later, or 800 years ago, the Empire and its surrounding nations united into one entity. This was the formation of Paldea as we know it today. Ah yes, this very academy where you're now filling your young minds with knowledge was also apparently established at that time. In fact, the school building, though certainly having undergone repairs through the years, is just as it was when it was built so long ago. This very structure is a piece of history. Things of old are truly splendid. I would certainly prefer not to have the Pokeball portion, though, a relatively new addition. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Kaisa. Let's see if you've been listening to my lecture. Tell me, approximately how many years ago was this academy of ours established? About 800 years ago? Correct. I see the look of concentration on your face was indeed just that. I hate nothing more than when a student only pretends to listen. This academy was constructed exactly 805 years ago to be precise. In other words, your academy here is 805 years old. 805 years old. At the time, it offered state-of-the-art facilities and a uniquely innovative curriculum. As such, people used to say, those seeking knowledge need look no farther than the grapes of Paldea. That's right, they were referring to Academy. It is said that this proverb of sorts was even used outside the Paldea region. Oh, is that time up already? I must have gone swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. Our next class will be our midterm exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. I keep wanting to call it the Unova Academy, even though Unova was like, what, 4th gen? 5th gen? 4th gen? I want to say it was 4th gen. I honestly cannot remember at this time. I would like to take the history midterm. I know, Psyduck. I feel the same way. I shouldn't be learning this much while recording a video for YouTube, but I am. Greetings, my little students. It is time for our midterm examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your mind and answer the questions. What is the name of the geological formation in the center of the Paldea region? The Great Crater of Paldea. What was long believed to rest in the depths of Area Zero? Treasure. How many years ago did the Paldean Empire begin to rule this region? 2,000 years ago. How many years ago was this academy built? 805. Those seeking knowledge need to look no farther than the grapes of Paldea. Your time is up, put your writing utensils down. That last question was a freebie. Even the least capable of you surely padded your score there. I sincerely hope you did anyway. So ends our midterm examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. Because everyone in the school grades super fast. It feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at the results. You must get 3 questions correct, blah 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 blah. Just tell me how I did. You read your text a million times. 5. Yep. Cool. And can I get my candies, please? Thank you. We'll be using these on our Pokemon in a little bit. Once we get all of them from all our classes, I would like to take history number 4, please. Yes, yes. Let's move this along, please. Come on. Chop, chop. Look at those grapes. It's knowledge. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented us today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been particularly derailed by my midterm. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and then. So allow me to tell you of an old fairy tale that has been passed down in Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as followed: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leapt for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Kaisa. Answer me this. I said that one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think these tablets were? Wooden planks for writing on? Correct. Your daily pursuit of knowledge serves you well. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For the king to consider these paper substitutes treasures, they must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazing, profound techniques written on them. So, the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night, it is said that a terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. Oh, is that time already? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson.
If you are interested in how the story ends, you may come see me outside of class hours. You know, I don't think I ever found them to find the ending of that story. Maybe I did. I don't know. I did my school stuff and, like, dipped as soon as I could. Like, I clicked through, like, I spammed A to get through these classes. I just didn't really care to listen to all these classes and stories and everything like that. It just wasn't something that I wanted to learn about. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today, we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. I trust that you all remember our lesson before the midterm exam concerning the great crater of Paldea and its interior, Area Zero. This mysterious crater captured the imaginations of many, including the former Paldean emperor. 200 years ago, a group of explorers claimed to have finally reached its depths. The name of the team that achieved this great feat was the Area Zero Expedition. The team is said to have been made up of Paldea's best and brightest. Skilled battlers, brilliant researchers, talented individuals of all kinds. Among the list of the team members was the name of a man who was an author and brilliant natural historian, Heath. After returning from the expedition to Area Zero, he used his literary talent to record the events of the expedition and publish them. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Kaiser. Let's see if you were paying attention. What was the name of the team that first made it to the deepest reaches of the Great Crater? Area Zero Expedition? Correct. To pick up on and remember a term, I simply slipped into the flow of a lecture. You really are quite a clever one. The correct name for this team was the Area Zero Expedition. The record of their activities written by the expedition member Heath can be found in bookstores and the like, even today. This record is now known as the Violet Book. At the time, the entire region of Paldea was absolutely buzzing about Area Zero. The Violet Book was so popular that practically everyone had a copy. However, the book itself was full of fantastical descriptions and illustrations of things that could never be thought of as real. The masses began to call Heath a liar. Even the truth of the expedition making it to the bottom of the crater was called into question. The Violet Book was condemned to the shelves of used bookstores just as any other book of wild paranormal stories. There's a copy of one on the bookshelves in the grand floor of the entrance hall. Feel free to have a read when you're interested. Is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history enigmas together next time.
I think we have one more class. And then the final exam. See, it's putting me to sleep like regular school. I always didn't pay attention in school. I don't know what it was, but I never could pay attention. I passed. I was like an A and B student in all honors classes. I just never paid attention. I never studied. I never did any of that. I don't know. Maybe my subconscious was learning. I don't know.
Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today is our last class, so I'd like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alas, 200 years ago is not all that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably towards the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march towards the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse?
I think it would be interesting.
So you agree with me, do you, Kaiser? However, I'm afraid I risk incurring with the wrath of our dear director if I stray from the curriculum. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us forward towards the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continue to explore that area. And around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered these Pokemon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded, and the terrestrials phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well have been present day, a certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Kaisa. Answer me this. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Professor Churro? To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Turo unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that the shining crystals down in Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led the professor to invent Terra Orb technology and to develop a practical use for it. This technology was then shared with both the Pokemon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? Thus ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of our minds in preparation. I don't think it's just the fact that we have someone that we know in the history story that makes the history story boring. Good morning, Miss Kaisa. Oh, I don't know why I gave him that voice. Her, them. I don't know why I gave them that voice. Just take me to the class. That voice is just gonna suddenly be popping out now. I'm just gonna be talking like that, and all of a sudden, it's just going to come out of me. And I'm just going to talk like this. Greetings! Nope. Greetings, my little students. It's time for our final examination, whatever. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your mind and answer these questions. What is the area within the general crater of Paldea called? Area 0. How many years ago was this academy founded? 805. Which of these did not appear in the Paldean fairy tale about the 4 treasures? That did. A folding fan did not. Which Area 0 expedition member wrote the record of the team's activities? Heath? How many years ago did Professor Turo invent Terra Orbs? Like 10? Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. You must excuse that last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test. But alas, the director forced me to include it. So ends our final examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. Oh, I never need to do that voice again. Not for that character. God, I need more coffee. I always record these like first thing in the morning. And I did not drink enough coffee before this recording. It feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at your results. You must get 3 questions to pass the midterms. And 4 questions correctly to pass the finals. See how you did on your history test. Yep. History might be boring, but I'm good at it. Thank you. Goodbye. And that is all we have time for today. Let me get out of the chat bubble. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on the next 2 classes. These are going to be a little bit longer episodes. Dear God. But I think that's okay with you guys. We're getting a lot of candies. We're going to be leveling up our Pokemon here with them as soon as we're done with all the classes. I would ideally like to get at least everyone up to level 60. If not a little bit more. But we will do that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Psyduck saying bye. Psyduck, say bye! Psyduck! He's confused. Okay, bye!